Welcome, my beautiful souls. Today we are going to do a past life reading. Um, and what I'm looking for in this past life is soulmates, your journey. I feel like in a lot of the readings I pick up where in past lives, soulmates maybe didn't complete, what they came into that lifetime to complete. Sometimes that moves over into this lifetime, a lot of times. Um, But it can also let you know, like, if things are difficult in love, is there something of your past life that is still connected to this life? That would be karma, I would think. Um, you know, there's there's difficult karma and there's good karma. So we'll see. I brought out quite a few decks, so we are going to use the past life tarot. Um, one of my favorites. So this will be the first spread. And what I'm going to do, just so you know, for those who are new, what I do is I'll take a line or two of past life, and then I'm going to take the psychic tarot, which will be your present life. So seeing how they're connected, and we will also connect them and clarify and go deeper with the Gilded Tarot. Put them right there. We'll probably use them first. I brought out two different love decks. I brought out the Romance Angels. So, pretty sure we'll be using those. But I also brought out a deck that you haven't seen me use very often, and it's called Clarifying Love Situations. Um, so we may bring these into. I'm just gonna play it by ear. I'm gonna let the reading be what it wants to be. And where there's questions, we'll go in and we'll clarify. We'll figure it out. Cup of coffee. Just get me ready. I have to tell you, lately I feel like I cannot get enough coffee. Um, I did bring out the major arcanas. I'm not sure why. Like, I'm not sure how I even want to use them. But something was telling me to bring them out. So I did. I always listen to my intuition. Um, so we'll see. I don't feel like I'm going to use them at the beginning. This may give us like some ideas of exactly what we're dealing with. So we'll put them right over here. And we are going to officially open this reading. When I say officially, I feel like the reading starts the moment I hit play or record. Um, Reason being is sometimes I've channeled messages beforehand. Um, but anyways, I really felt called to do this reading, and I really love doing past life readings. So let's get into it. I'm gonna go ahead and bring the lid down a little bit. Take my final drink of coffee. And let's begin. Everything is always pre-shuffled, but I do like to give it a shuffle or two with you here. Let's give him a cut. And I want to say a good thing to do before any reading begins, just take a moment and just calm your mind. Best thing to do is take like 3 deep breaths. Inhale through the nose and then exhale your worries through the mouth. Inhale the light through the nose, exhale the worry or any dark through the mouth. And you're just opening yourself up is what you're doing to receive the clearest messages possible. I do read through my spirit guides who connect to your guides, and that is why a reading can resonate with so many. And I feel like we're all one big soul family. So let's begin. All right. By the way, this is for all signs. This is a type of reading where I feel like you'll feel it. You'll know it's for you by the way you feel it. But you can certainly ask your guides to, give you signs of confirmation, make it clear to you. All right, we have leaving or traveling. Interesting because it's reminding me of the thumbnail I did for Sagittarius, where they're literally getting ready to board a train. Leaving or traveling or travel. So which one is it? Am I leaving or am I traveling? Communal living. Looks pretty rough, I have to say. Male, female. Look how their backs are to each other. Do they recognize each other? Is this the same person? Just a different sides of themselves? Remembering that we have both masculine and feminine energy? For some reason, I'm picking up that there is a female who had to do something very difficult. Um, Maybe leave a relationship, leave a town, leave a situation that I feel like this female completely disagreed with. And the only choice I had was to leave. I feel like this person left with not much, probably all they could carry in that suitcase. I do feel like they're heading towards this community. You know, I do feel like it is a lot of like-minded energy, but I feel a little danger in there also. And that may be where I need to make sure that I am using both my feminine and my masculine energy. I just get this feeling there's a lot of men living in this community, and as I don't know why right now I'm picking up as a female. Now remember, even if you're a man, you could have been a female in a previous life. Um, but I feel again like this sense of danger. So using my masculine energy, making it clear, that I am not, and maybe this is why this female left in the first place. You can't use me, you can't abuse me. This is someone I feel like who is well beyond her years, as in wisdom, as in knowing, the type of life she wants. I don't feel like there's a lot of options, but she is taking an option that's available. We have karmic relationship. Well, no wonder the male and female have their backs to each other. Not here. They're actually in a. Well, it's like she's kissing him and he's going off to war. Hmm. Something is making me feel like maybe he never came home. I hate to say that, but I feel that. Like all of a sudden I'm feeling like this sadness of him not returning to me. And I do feel like, well, this is back in the day. I feel like way back before females had a lot of say so. Do you know what I mean? Like, Because I get this feeling like females are were looked at like second class. But I feel like this female herself feels so strong inside, though I do feel sadness. I don't feel like he ever came home. And I don't feel like it was his choice. We have wisdom under leaving and traveling. And then we have scribe or writer. I'm going to slide these up a bit because we're going to take a few cards here. And I find that interesting because I know a lot of you are natural healers. I'm not going to say that you scribe, but I do feel like a lot of you do use your voice, whether it be writing, um, helping, I'm just feeling this natural energy within you, or at least within this female. This is not just about the female. But again, even if you're a male watching this, you may have been a female in a previous life. It's almost like this female was practicing maybe something that was frowned upon, but I get this feeling like she can't help it. It's almost like I can't it. It's like I feel like someone who receives messages, like spiritual messages, well, even wisdom, right? Um, and I feel like she can't help but at least write it down, and maybe even help others. I do feel like in this communal living, I feel like the conditions are very rough. But in the same breath, I do feel like I get to be me. So, and I feel like there's a wide variety of people who are living together. Now, because I do feel like, first and foremost, and I'm going to stick with the female, but of course, use your own intuition. Um, I do feel like she was in love, and I feel like she was loved dearly, both ways, probably soulmates. And I feel like this soulmate, one of the soulmates, it feels like it went off to war and never made it home. And there's something about where this female was living where it just didn't feel right. I don't know, maybe being now a single, like a widow. I definitely feel like this female is following her intuition and she's making some difficult choices, but she's doing it to better her life. It's almost like she knows that she's got to go through this difficult period. But I feel the sense of knowing I can get through it at the same time. You know what I feel? I feel that the one that I lost, although I lost them in the physical world, I feel they're very much with me in this lifetime. And by the way, when I say me, I'm just you. It's not me. And I'm saying that because I've had quite a few comments where people think I'm talking about myself. I'm not. I'm allowing myself to be you. All right, let's keep going. Wars and battles. That makes sense. You're male and female. I feel like that's what separated them. Orphan. And then lessons and blessings. Well, I feel like this female deserves some blessings. Um, Orphan, I feel like it's with this female. If it was in today's age, I know it could be the male or female who had gone to war, but because of the period of time I feel like we're in, I don't feel like females went to war. And because I do feel like, maybe they were married, because I feel like the orphan is the child of the two of them, of these two. Lessons and blessings. You know why I feel like why it says blessings? Because I feel like someone, again, the female, she did what she had to do. She did what she had to do, even through the sadness, even through the difficulties. It's like she packed a bag, probably for her. And right here it's showing a little girl. So let's just say her and her child. And they left. They left. I also feel like another reason why they may have left is these battles that are going on feel like they're coming closer and closer to where she lived, where they lived. So I may be leaving for a few reasons. Number one, my safety, my child's safety. But number two, again, I feel like a fish out of water. I feel like I'm not in the right place. I lost my love. Some of you in this lifetime could feel like this sense of emptiness. Um, and I feel like because we're really looking at the soulmate journey, I do feel like these two, even though I do feel like they did come together, they fell in love, they had a child. I feel like life was good. They were in love. They felt blessed in their life. And then I feel like the male was called off to war. No choice, just had to go. Um, and then I feel like as this male was away, things were happening within, let's say, the town, the city, country um, that they lived in, where they made their home. So I feel like there's a few different reasons why I had to leave. And I feel like I may have left in a hurry also, because again, I'm only taking what I can carry in that suitcase. And I feel like that suitcase has to hold my belongings and my child's belongings. I definitely feel like someone was following their intuition, like something was telling them it was time to go. It was time to go. And I even feel like this communal living, I don't feel like this was my purpose. Um, well, I shouldn't say that because I feel like you found real purpose, even though, again, it's quite a mixture of people. Some of them are good, some of them not so good. Yet I feel that this female, she can feel the difference very quickly. She knows, where to pull her energy back from. But it's interesting because scribe or writer, and it's like she's helping those who are open to her wisdom. And, it's the wisdom of this lifetime, yes. But I also feel like it is like the wisdom of all her lives, all their lives. And it does say blessings. See what's on the bottom of the deck. Imprisonment or slavery. I feel like that's why she ran. That's why she ran. That is definitely why she ran. I just feel it. I feel it so strongly. So, let's talk about this 1 second and let's move this into her current life. So, definitely feel like there was a couple, um, and I'm sure more than one couple because I'm reading for a lot of people. Um, I feel like the love was there. I do feel like they were in a relationship. I do feel like one was called away to war. I feel like war was coming closer and closer to, where they made their home. I feel like as the male was away at war, like battles came closer and closer to home. And I also feel this sense of being looked down upon because, she must know that her man's not coming home. And I feel that sadness. I do feel that sadness, but I also feel this like urgency. Like I have to move. I have to take these actions. And now I feel like it's not even to protect myself, it's to protect my child. So moving into this lifetime, first of all, I want you to realize the strength here, the strength of this female. Again, male or female. I just feel like whoever you were a female in a previous life. Now, some of you could have been this male, and you may have lost your life in battle. But I feel the sense of emptiness. And I feel like that's probably what followed you into this life. I even feel some of you, I want to say a child or a family member, I feel like is also your child from a previous lifetime. Some of you, I feel like you felt that. There's someone. There's someone you feel, or maybe even question, like, your soul connected. But it's interesting because I feel like they were your child in a previous lifetime. It's interesting. It's reminding me of I had a reading done one time and with someone I really trust. Um, and she had told me that my father and my son, who both have crossed over, had already made a plan for when they reincarnate to be brothers. And I'm hoping they wait for me so I can be their mother. But we'll see. All right. Let's move this into the current life. And then we will go back and use some of these decks we brought out. We'll start with the clarifiers. Let's give them a cut. Again, pre-shuffled. And the reason why I cut them right over the deck that I'm using is because I'm introducing them into the reading. So I want them to continue on. I also want to remind you, yes, there were lessons, but there's also blessings. And I feel like, I really don't feel incomplete, as in, like, there were lessons I still needed to learn because I feel like this female is very wise. And I feel like she knew she had to do what she had to do. And she knew it wasn't going to be easy. And part of it was to save her child and her. But her child is the big, you know, and now knowing that, this child only has one parent, it's even more important that I stay safe for her. All right, let's bring in the psychic churro. So now we're moving into this lifetime. We have rejoice in celebration. Well, that kind of reminds me of blessings. This is the energy of joy. I mean, that's what it makes you feel, is joy. So interesting that'd be the first card. And I am going to say that I don't feel like this female was with anyone after the losing of her love. Like, I don't feel she may have been in relationships, but I don't feel like she made a commitment to anyone after the fact because her heart really belonged to her love. Material harvest, the Nine of Pentacles. Wow. Nine of Pentacles represents Virgo, and I often call Virgo my psychic detective, and it coming under scribe or writer. Some of you, I feel like, you may be doing things in your life. You may be doing like healing practices. I feel like it would be what you're doing for a living. And I do feel like you're pulling the wisdom of at least this lifetime, if not more. It's like you can pick up on this if you really try. Maybe you need to go into like peaceful silence. This is, it says material harvest, and then you have joy right beside that. Look at this tower, but it showed up in reverse. But so did memories of love. Now, I have to tell you, in a way that makes sense. Who's the memory of love? Like, who's this memory of? This person. Um, and part of me is feeling that there's an opportunity for these two to come together in this lifetime. Because I do feel it's the avoidance of the tower. And even though memories of love is in reverse, for some, I feel like it's because I can't remember, right? Because we're born with amnesia. But some of us can break through that. All right, we're gonna have a full table here, but I feel like I gotta go underneath it. We have the universe, the next chapter. Well, we literally just entered 2025. That makes sense. I love that wisdom is also connected to this. Wisdom of past lives coming under joy, rejoice and celebration. By the way, this is a 21. Add the 2 and 1, it's a 3. Coming under a 3. And then, hello, lovers. Hello, lovers. And then we have beautiful, the sun. It's called light in this deck. Look at that. And it feels like it's the light that stops this tower from happening. And then the beautiful Nine of Cups, fulfillment of wishes. Maybe that's why the Six of Cups is in reverse. Maybe this love, maybe these loves are making themselves back to, or finding each other again. You know, the Nine of Cups speaks about inner harmony, and that's important. But it literally says fulfillment of wishes. And what's right above it? Memories of love. You know, you have two nines. We're in a universal year nine. You know, I kind of love these nines because this is really independent type energy. This is where one can really take care of themselves. And it's important to them. Just like I feel like this female thought, like it's important that I be able to take care of me and my child. But I feel like some of you are really finding success in this lifetime, or you have the opportunity. Maybe you just need to really trust. And it can certainly have something to do with being a scribe or a writer. And then I find it interesting that then we have the lovers. So the lovers, the meaning of that card is a head over heart decision. But I don't think that's what it is here. I feel like it's just love. It is this love reincarnated into this lifetime. The sun illuminates that for you. You just have to trust that. You know, I feel like with the tower in reverse, you have the ability to feel that. You know, here comes the blessings. And I feel like the blessings is love, but not just love. Material harvest. Doing what it is you love, even if it's hard work. And again, I do feel like, because it is a card of Virgo, I call Virgo my psychic detective. I am a Virgo, and I call myself a psychic detective. I mean, I love the sun next to the lovers and the world because this tells you that this is yet to open up, but it's about to. Maybe part of, for those who like wanted it yesterday, part of this may be that you yourself needed to feel, you know, we have to be what it is we want. So, like, if we want great love, then we have to be able to give love. And I feel like that's a little bit what the Nine of Pentacles is. Because you feel strong, like within yourself, within your material world, let's say, doesn't mean you're rich. It just means you can take care of you, you can take care of your family. But I also feel a lot of you are following your intuition and you're doing things that, you know, you may find yourself on this path that you really didn't expect. And then it turns out to be just perfect for you. You know, material harvest, inner harmony, fulfillment of wishes, the universe, the next chapter, which, by the way, the universe to me is the most spiritual time in your life. This is when you really are trusting your intuition. This is when you're trusting your guides. You know, they're telling you that there will be a reason to celebrate. Literally, the tower is in reverse. The tower, you know, doesn't mean that you haven't had towers, but this is not meant to be any type of a tower moment. I feel like you're getting your wish. You're getting your wish. And I feel like the sun helps illuminate that for you, helps to illuminate the steps, like the action steps that you may need to take. So we'll see. Let's keep going. Beautiful Empress, the mother figure. It's exactly what I felt here. The mother figure. But she's wise. She's learned a lot. She's gone through all the experiences of the queens. Been there, done that. Learned. This is someone who I do feel is very intuitive, very creative. That Nine of Pentacles totally makes sense with the Empress because that's what she would create, material harvest for herself. Well, and her family. I don't know why I feel like I have to keep adding that in. But there is our mother figure from a previous life. Um, but, she's wise. She's nobody's fool. She is loving and nurturing. Maybe one of the lessons, because I do feel like this female just never fell in love again. But I feel like it's because she didn't want to. And of course, that is her choice. Um, and I do feel like she has, like, whatever lessons were in her life, and I do feel like she had a difficult life. I do feel like she learned them. And, even though we couldn't come together in a past life, or we did come together, just the way it ended, and that may be why I felt in the beginning of the reading like some of you may carry this like emptiness. Doesn't mean you haven't been in love, but not this love. Not this love. Um, let's bring out the Gilded Tarot. Ace of Pentacles under there. Prosperity begins. Slide this up. Make ourselves some room. I feel like that's meant to go there. All right, let's bring in the Gilded Tarot. Gonna give him a quick shuffle. Sometimes it's gonna look so simple, like, oh, okay, so, you know, this is sad, yet strong, wise, right? I do what I need to do. And it feels like it was hard, but she did it anyway. And now bringing that same mentality into this lifetime. First of all, I feel like you would already have it, but yet there is this sense of feeling empty. So I feel like I'm repeating myself, but I want to make sure you understand. Seeing the Empress come out now, to me, is everything. Because I feel like it is what's connecting past life to previous life. Did I cut them? I don't know if I cut them, so I'm just going to go ahead and cut them. All right. So let's go ahead and I don't think we need to clarify every card because I feel like I got the story. But let's take a couple cards on your previous life. By the way, many times when I do this reading, I get scribe or writer. And it makes total sense to me because I know a lot of you. You have like healing businesses. Um, I know a lot of you are very intuitive, and it feels like maybe in this lifetime you're using it to your benefit. And I do feel like you're meant to, especially with this Ace of Pentacles, like supporting the Empress, right? Prosperity begins whenever she's ready. That ace is ready. All right. So I'm just going to take a couple right across your past life. Hmm. Five of Pentacles, that makes sense. And the Eight of Cups, that makes sense. Look at that. Set five is a change. Five of Pentacles often feels like a tower. It's interesting that the tower is reversed in this lifetime. Now, I feel like it's reversed for this love because I feel like it is meant to happen. Do we have to allow it? We do. So, the Five of Pentacles, it's like finding out that my love is gone. And in the Five of Pentacles, I don't feel like there's a whole lot of luxury of just sitting there and being sad. I have to keep moving. I have to keep moving. And another thing I often feel in the Five of Pentacles is you're moving towards really soulmate type energy, like-minded type energy. Even though in communal living, I felt like a lot of different people, different types. Um, but yet I feel, again, the female, she's wise enough to know like who to connect with, who not to connect with. And then we have the Eight of Cups. Eight of Cups is about a new beginning. Well, that's kind of what your current life is showing. So she was able to let go. She was able to heal. I don't feel like she wanted love again, though. I don't feel like that was her priority at all. I feel like she put all her energy into what she does, what she did for a living, but also her child. And I feel like I had to find emotional clarity so that I could be the best mother. But this Five of Pentacles, I mean, both of them make complete sense. I didn't ask for the tower in the Five of Pentacles, but it happened anyway. And that's what got this woman moving. Um, and not that she even wanted to. She had to. She knew that. Say the Eight of Cups is really about finding emotional clarity. The Eight of Cups is heading to the Nine of Cups. Well, we have the Nine of Cups in your current life, the Eight of Cups in your past life. All right. I want to come down to your current life, and then we're going to bring in some of the love cards. I feel like that's all I need, as in clarifying for your past life, because I feel like it's that simple, right? Change I didn't ask for. I didn't have the luxury of doing nothing about it. I had to keep moving. I then had to find a way to make money. I feel like it's through your natural gifts that you did this. Eight of Cups, it's like, accepting that that loss is a loss. And I don't feel like, I don't feel like she fell in love with anyone else. And I do feel like that was her choice. Um, but I also feel she was fine with that. It's almost like she saying to herself, nobody can replace him. Nobody can replace him, so why would I even try? Now, I don't like the thought of then you spending the rest of that lifetime alone, but you're not alone. Maybe there's not love after the fact, but there's a lot of other blessings. Even the Eight of Cups coming over wars and battles, where I felt like that was one of the reasons why, let's just say, the Empress knew that she had to go, right? She had to pack up her and her daughter and go. All right, so we're going to move into the previous or into the current lifetime. Look at this judgment. This is your spiritual team. And my friend, they are calling you to the present moment. It's almost like, okay, now you know the past. Let's get busy with the present. This talks about a rebirth. It also, I feel like should give you a sense of comfort, knowing that your spirit guides are that involved in your life. When it's time for movement, they're going to let you know. But this is coming over the Three of Cups, so it's almost like announcing that I'm bringing something into your life that it truly is going to give you joy. And maybe that's really what you've been lacking in other relationships is like pure joy that love should give us. We have the Page of Pentacles, a learning experience. The Page of Pentacles knows or chooses in this lifetime to learn, to grow through my knowledge. Coming over the Nine of Pentacles, that's nice. Some of you can even talk about something you went to school for. Now, this could even be this person, but let's see. Let's keep going. I already know where I'm going to take the love cards. Hello, Chariot, over the reversal of the Tower, with the sun illuminating it. The Chariot talks about unlimited potential. But first, it needs balance of the feminine and the masculine. The Chariot is moved by your intentions. That's really how it becomes unlimited. If you believe that there is no limit, and this does feel like a love reading. Well, it is a love reading. We're looking at prior soulmates. And soulmates, well, I said that wrong. And how beautiful that the sun is there to even help illuminate your intentions. Instead of the tower causing disruption, the opposite is happening. You're finding yourself in a much more happy, lighter energy. I don't think that this soulmate has even reached you yet. So to me, that means you're taking care of you and your life and doing the best you can in your life. I definitely feel like you're evolving. Or I don't think the Empress would have shown. The Chariot says that, and because we're talking love, that this love in this lifetime really does have unlimited potential. And by the way, some people think if they don't meet like the love of their life early in life, well, then life sucks. But I feel like sometimes we don't meet the true love of our life until we ourselves have gone through certain experiences, certain soul growth. Some of you becoming independent, having inner fulfillment, like all of that feels important. Page of Wands. All right. So now we have 2 pages. And, I'm not even looking at the signs because this is for, all people, all signs. But I do want to recognize 2 younger energies. And this page coming under that 5 of Pentacles could have been, well, I kind of feel like this page is you. And this page is your love of your last life. And now this is also about taking chances. I have to say, as the male in the previous life, like going off to war, leaving you and my child behind was heartbreaking. But I feel this sense of duty. You know, I feel like this person did not think they were going to lose their life. And even though I'm saying like a sense of duty, I don't think they really had a choice in the matter. I know they didn't have a choice, but I don't feel like, other than leaving their loved ones, I don't feel like, you know, like I feel like I was ready to get, like, yes, I want to fight. I want to fight for our country. I want to protect our cities, like I feel this sense of duty. Hello, beautiful Temperance. You know, I love it when Temperance and Judgment come out, first of all, in the same reading, but so close together. So, Temperance. First message is patience. And that's probably why I said that I felt like this type of love happens after we've had certain experiences. Because, another way of looking at that is, yes, our soul love is, we came down here to experience love, yes. But there's other things our soul wanted to experience also. Some of you, it's what you do for a living. Like, it's important, and it feels important to you. So I feel like the patience was so that each could build up their lives. You know, um, temperance is about divine timing. Judgment's calling you to the present moment. So I feel like the energy of patience that temperance is asking for, it feels like that's coming to a close. Like we're getting closer and closer and closer to divine timing, especially coming over the world, the next chapter. And we literally just opened up the next chapter. Well, I mean, we're in a universal year 9, but I'm talking about we just opened up a new year. This year is the final chapter, though, to a 9-year cycle. And I see 3 9s. So, Judgment, I need your attention. The sun's going to help illuminate that for you also. I feel for some of you, like you may have even carried some sadness around and like you can't pinpoint it. Like, I don't know exactly where it's coming from, and I feel like it's coming from your past life. And judgment saying, I need you now, but also giving you a sense of comfort, letting you know that what's new, what's next will bring you joy. Temperance, because patience is number one, but then judgment is like, I need you now. I feel like we're moving into divine timing right now. Now, I want you to understand you need to follow the path, right? When I say right now, there's certain things that I feel like we ourselves, you know, well, let's put it this way. Let's say that this great love is about to happen and we're about to move into the lovers, and temperance is right there. The Empress is loving and nurturing. The one thing she's learned through her lessons is not to close down her heart. Now, that doesn't mean I have to give my heart away. It just means that, you know, I am nurturing, I am loving, but I'm also wise. You know, the Empress is someone who doesn't build up walls. She probably did, but has learned, you know, another lesson that those walls really don't serve her. And it's about now reading energy. So, as you know, the sun is right next to the lovers. So I feel like it's going to be very clear, at least the feeling. It should bring like this sense of joy to your heart. All right. I mean, we have the Four of Pentacles over the lovers. By the way, it says harmony here. And the Nine of Cups is also about harmony. This is inner harmony, though. And the lovers is about harmony together. You have the Four of Pentacles over that. I want to say a couple different things. First of all, I feel like release the thought of exactly what you feel someone must be like, look like. You know what I mean? Like, don't put a lot of restrictions against who this person may be. Hmm. Okay, so another way of saying that is, let's say I'm praying or I'm talking to divine and I'm talking about love, right? Because I feel like many of you feel pretty strong, or at least you're on your way to feeling pretty independent. Um, I feel like this is just saying, let the universe surprise you. So some of you may not even have met in this lifetime. This may be your first time meeting in this lifetime. But I also feel the Four of Pentacles is saying that this person, it feels to me like they don't live far from you. I don't know. And I don't know if that's for everyone, but I do feel like for some of you, like whoever this person is, they don't live that far from you. Now, I also feel this, I know I can get multiple messages from one card, but I also feeling like the stability, like I'm feeling more stable than maybe I've felt in a long time. You know, maybe using the energy of that universal year nine, which is the final push of letting go of what is not serving you. Uh, you know, this is what this year is about. But it's also a very spiritual time. And you have a lot of spirituality in this reading. Okay. I have to say, this is one of my favorite readings to do. And one of the main reasons, first of all, because I am the psychic detective, that's why my readings are longer, because I love going deep for you. Like, I love going deep. Um, and I feel like there's no other way I could do it. So, knowing where you were in a past life and maybe what wasn't completed, I feel like this helps give you clarity in this lifetime. All right, right over the sun. Here we go. Here we go. And how do I love that the soulmates is right over the sun? What does that tell you? Quite a few different things. Number one, it tells you that this person is coming in light energy. To me, that means they don't have a lot of weight that's going to bear you down, it's going to bear down on your shoulders. Tells me that this person has also gone through their own experiences, and you're probably both like on the same vibrational energy now. Your spiritual team had a lot to do with this. Yet at the same time, I feel like just as it was meant to be, but it doesn't guarantee us that it will be, because some of us can get stuck or afraid to give our hearts. Now, the Empress is representing you as someone though who is open. I mean, hello soulmates. Over the sun. And it's also helping to give you comfort knowing that this really will be illuminated to you. By who? By divine, by your whole spiritual team. They're guiding you. I don't know why I'm still taking cards, but we have the Eight of Pentacles. Hmm. Interesting. So eight, new beginning, right? This is coming over the Nine of Cups. I could definitely see some of you working from home and really loving it, doing your thing. And I can definitely feel some of you like receiving epiphanies, ideas, and then you're putting them to use just as the Empress would do. As it relates to love, I feel like the Eight of Pentacles answers a question. How do I know that we can be successful? This tells you if you focus on it, then it will only grow and grow and grow. I also wouldn't be surprised if both of you do similar type things in your lives as related to your money, career, or even in your creativity. Again, it feels like something that you love to do. Now, maybe you don't know this yet. Maybe this is what will open up for you. But I definitely feel like you can definitely relate to each other as what you do in the world also. But if I'm asking the question, how do I know? Well, first of all, how do you know this can be successful? You gotta want it, number one. You gotta be ready for it, Number two, it means you have to be open. You have to give it a chance. That's where the Page of Wands, I feel like, is my little risk taker. I often feel the Page of Wands is like my fool. And in a way, I feel like the memories of love that's turned around, it's because this love is coming in. You're coming into each other's lives. You know, I have a feeling you reincarnated and you're like, okay, in this lifetime, I want us to finish this lifetime together. Divine hears you. You know, it all feels like it's just meant to be. I feel like the lovers, yes, it can mean a head over heart decision, and I'm sure you are going to have to make a head over heart decision. Um, but I also feel like it speaks of undeniable chemistry. And I'm so glad the soulmate showed up because that's exactly what this reading is about. Page of Swords. I don't even know why I turned this deck over. Could be communication. All right, so I'm going to take the romance angels, and we have love everywhere. Past lives, present life, probably future life. So I'm going to start at your past life. Stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. Look at this. True love. No doubt. True love. This is a romance of a lifetime. Well, this is your soulmate. I'm sorry. Yes, this is your soulmate. Look at that. Not only soulmate, which we have now in a previous life and in our current life, but true love. This is why she just felt like she just couldn't give her heart to anyone else. Who was going to measure up? So I feel like she chose to go it alone versus a partner. And then we come into this lifetime. Soulmates, soulmates. Here they are. So it's letting you know that you have reincarnated together or in the same lifetime. And I feel like for some of you, like you probably have loved other people. But let's look at that love, those loves, even the ones that have gone horribly wrong, as lessons. What did it teach me? How did it move me? Did it force me to move on? And even though may feel like that was difficult, that was hard, remember that you have this strength from your previous life that you can use in this lifetime. Again, I'm feeling this sense of meeting each other or coming back together, not right away. And I'm not going to say late in your life. I'm going to just say when both have fulfilled, let's say, other soul contracts that they came here to fulfill. And maybe we want to end this on a really beautiful note. Codependency. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. Now we're looking into the current life. So, you know, doesn't necessarily have to mean addictions, but I could have been addicted to someone who may not have been great for me. I could have stayed in a relationship where I really wasn't happy, but it just felt easier than making changes. Again, I feel like pulling from the wisdom of your past life. So if I'm unhappy, I got to make a decision if I'm going to stay in that energy or if I'm going to seek better energy. And then look at this. Someone from your past is returning to your life. Someone from your past is returning to your life. Holy cow. Well, yes, they are. Okay. I feel like we don't need any more of those. So let's bring in the what they call clarifying love situations. And let's just see what wants to come out. Like I really have no questions left. Um, but you may. So let's just see. Let's give them a cut. Look at that. Okay. I feel like we don't even need to cut them. We're taking them. So these cards can come out either direction and they have a message no matter which way they come out. So this came out this way. Eternal renewal. In the cycle of life, understanding breeds hope for what comes next. What? In the cycle of life, understanding breeds. I think it's meant to say brings. In the cycle of life, understanding brings hope for what's coming next. I feel like they just misspelled a word there. We have transformational. Through learning, shifts your perspectives and evolve something with these words. Through learning, shifts your perspective and evolve beyond limits. I get it. It's just weird how it's coming out. And then turbulence. Heal unresolved conflicts with kindness, not anger. So, eternal renewal. That makes sense. Someone from your past life is returning. Hello, my love. Boy, have I missed you. I didn't even know I missed you. But now that you have reconnected, we have reconnected, now I understand it all. Now I understand. I don't feel like the world would show if this is not something that is meant to last for the rest of your lifetime. And even though I feel like the love is just so overwhelming, so true, it's still love is love. We want to make sure that we focus on it. But I feel like I feel like you will. I feel like how could you not? I feel like the hardest thing we have here in our present life. Now, I'm not going to say that you haven't gone through hardships. You have. Because I feel like that's part of the lessons. Just like back here, In a previous lifetime, there were also lessons and then blessings. Well, I feel like I kind of missed the blessings here. So here comes the blessings in this lifetime. But don't disregard like the things that you have done in your life because it's important, to be strong within yourself, trust within yourself. It is important that your heart be open because let's face it, if your heart's not open, do I feel like this person could crack open your heart? I do, but in a way, and especially if it works out the way it's reading, I feel like you and your spiritual team, it will make sure, or at least help you to be ready. Because this is not just any old love. This doesn't feel like like a love that's, gonna last a year or two. This feels like it will be for the rest of our lives. And as long as we keep our focus on each other, then the potential is life lasting. And I mean that. Like, I feel like this love will be for the rest of your lives. It's like, all right, we already suffered in a previous life. And it's like your spiritual team knows that. You know that on a soul level. You know, you are a spiritual being and your spirituality really is your soul's, what do I want to say, guidance in a way. So for those who feel like, man, when is real love gonna come in? I would ask yourself, are you ready for real love? Because I feel like it is coming in. And I feel like the Empress is a really important energy here. She takes those lessons, she breaks them down. What did I need to learn? How have I grown? She's proud of the person she is right now, male or female. But your spiritual team is bringing, well, helping to guide you back together. And my God, does it feel like just as it was meant to always be? Wow. Um, let's just take a major arcana since I brought them out and let's just see. We have the Emperor, card of Aries. This is the father figure. Hello, mother figure. Tower. But then Temperance. I mean, even that makes sense, right? Because I do feel like it was the father figure who we kind of lost in the last lifetime. Who the tower literally happened to. But then here's Temperance. Again, divine timing. What is she doing? Look at what she's doing. She's mixing the loving waters of the soulmates. She's making sure both soulmates, both their cups are equally filled. That will be divine timing. She has been with you every step of the way. But hello, father figure to the mother figure. Now, does this have to be a father? No. I just recognize that though. To me, the emperor is someone that you look up to. And it's interesting how I felt like some of you may do similar types of work in your life, whether it be like what I do for a living or just, my creative outlets. I could definitely see both of you being attracted to the same type of energy. And I feel like that is really what helps bring this about. I don't feel like you have to look for it. I feel like the best thing I can do here is just, let's say Where'd that codependency go? I don't even know. Just ask yourself, am I happy? Are there any changes I need to make? Have I been putting them off and putting them off? Because change is hard, right? She didn't want to make that change either, but she did it anyway. She knew that she had to, and it was not easy. And that is you. That's the strength that you carry. Sometimes we just forget that. What a beautiful love story. I mean, full of hardship, yes. Loss, yes. But reconnection, yes. For the rest of your lives, I feel that so strongly. So strongly. And I'm going to leave it there, guys. I feel like divine. And it's interesting because I got this piece of what do you call it? Moldavite. And it's over 15 million years old, but it really is meant to help open up your intuition. And something made me hold on to it when I was shuffling your cards. And I have to say, I feel it works because to me, I feel like the readings are so clear. Now, that's me. So that's a special little place right next to the sage. But anyways, guys, what a beautiful reading. I hope you find the beauty in this reading. I hope you find yourself in this reading. Is this for everyone? Probably not. But I would tell you, like, if you feel it, don't skip over the lessons because it's the lessons that bring the blessings. You know what I mean? Like, be willing to do hard things that need to be done so that you can really live the life of your dreams. And that's what it feels like. But it does feel like, you probably went through a little hell before you actually reach this heaven on earth. And this is heaven on earth. This is your true love. Soulmate from a past lifetime, soulmate in a present lifetime. It even tells us someone from your past is returning to your life. I mean, how can we argue with that? All right, guys, I'm going to leave there. I loved this reading. I know I say that to all the readings, but I really do love the majority of the readings. But man, I really love this one. And I hope you find your place in it. Definitely, ask your guides to help you understand is this whole reading for me, or is there something that I can learn so that I can open up these blessings? The answer is yes. But okay, I'm gonna let that be, guys. I love you. I thank you. I thank you for allowing me to do these types of readings. I know they're not everyone's cup of tea, but I will never stop doing them because truly one of my favorite readings to do. So thank you. Thank you for allowing me just to be me. Um, I love you. And I'll see you next time at our table. Bye bye. What a reading.